Hello and welcome back to Frequency Friday. Today we're continuing our journey through the 6 presets on the JU1000. This week we're working with 7 hertz. In our Frequency Friday sequence, I'm calling this frequency the frequency of consistency, subtle observation, steady momentum. This is an important point in the series because inspired action can feel exciting when it first arrives, but manifestation is not built only in the bright spark of a beginning. It's also shaped by what we continue to return to after the first wave of excitement has passed. So today we're going to look at 7 hertz, briefly review the path we've already traveled, bring in a little guidance from the August manifestation calendar, and then finish with a short meditation you can use with your JU1000 chi card or trend energy cards. As always, you do not need to force yourself to feel anything dramatic. This is an experiment in attention, intention, and observation. We began with 7.83 hertz. This is 7.83 hertz. We began with 7.83 hertz, the Schumann resonance setting on the JU1000. The first week was about grounding and establishing a baseline. Before we try to build momentum, we need somewhere steady to stand. We explored what it felt like to begin from a more centered, balanced place. Then we moved to 10 hertz. That week focused on relaxed clarity, visualization, and calm attention. Grounding gave us a foundation, and clarity helped us decide what direction we actually wanted to take. Last week we worked with 14.1 hertz and the theme of inspired action. That was the point where clarity began to move. We talked about taking the next practical step instead of waiting for perfect certainty. Inspired action is not frantic action. It is movement that has a purpose. Now we arrive back 7 hertz. The numerical difference between 7.0 and 7.83 is small, which makes this a useful opportunity to pay attention to subtler differences in our experience. In my dad's equipment manual, 7 hertz is associated with extrasensory perception and projection. I want to present that as part of his original framework, not as scientifically established effect or a promise about what you'll experience. For our modern practice, we use 7 hertz as an invitation to become quieter and more observant. What do you notice when you stop chasing a dramatic sign? What becomes clearer when you return to the same intention consistently? This is where I connect 7 hertz with consistency. That word is my teaching theme for this stage of our series. It's not a direct label from the old frequency charts. The original chart gives us a historical association. Our practice gives us a grounded way to explore it. The August manifestation calendar places the moon in Virgo today during the waxing crescent phase. The calendar's manifestation focus is organization and useful work. Its suggested trend energies are clarity of purpose and solve problems. That fits beautifully with today's theme. So we have solve problems and clarity of purpose. A waxing crescent can symbolically represent the early stage of building something. We are just past the new moon and solar eclipse, so this does not have to be a moment for enormous declarations. It can be a time for one clear intention and one useful step. Virgo symbolism brings our attention toward practical details, refinement, and work that serves a purpose. The shadow side is analysis paralysis, harsh self-judgment, or endlessly revising the plan instead of living it. Remember, the moon sign does not determine what must happen today. It is food for thought, not a prediction or a requirement. The practical question is, what small action would make my intention more real today? Not someday, not after every detail is perfect today. If you're using trend energy cards, you might choose clarity of purpose to keep the direction visible, or solve problems if there's one specific obstacle that needs your attention. You do not necessarily need both. Choose the card that has a clear job in the operation. For today's meditation, you may set your JU1000 to 7 hertz if you have one. You can also place a chi card nearby and choose a trend energy card. Clarity of purpose works well if your direction feels scattered. Solve problems may be more useful if you already know the direction but need to work through a particular obstacle. Write down one intention before we begin. Keep it clear and grounded. You might write, I consistently take useful steps towards completing my project, or I recognize and act on the clearest next step. You can pause here if you need a moment to prepare. Sit comfortably and allow your hands to rest. If it feels safe, gently close your eyes. Otherwise, soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Take another breath in without forcing it. And exhale slowly. Allow your attention to settle into this moment. You do not need to search for a sensation. You do not need to prove that anything is happening. Simply notice. Notice the support beneath your body. Notice the rhythm of your breathing. Notice the space around you. Now bring your intention gently to mind. See it as a direction, not a demand. Imagine yourself taking one small useful action that belongs to this intention. Perhaps you're writing the first paragraph, sending the message, organizing the materials, making the appointment, practicing the skill, or completing the next clear task. Let the scene be simple. You do not need to imagine the entire journey. See only the next step carried out with calm attention. Now silently say, I return to my direction with clarity. I take the next useful step. Consistency allows my intention to take form. If doubt or distraction appears, do not fight it. Notice it and then return. This return is the practice. Not perfection, not pressure, the return. Ask yourself quietly. What is one action I can complete today? Allow the answer to be ordinary. An ordinary action can carry an extraordinary intention forward. Take one more slow breath in. And breathe out. Begin to notice the room around you again. Move your hands and feet gently, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Before you move on with your day, write down the action that came to you. Then decide when you will do it. Today's work is not about forcing an experience at 7 Hertz. It is about comparing, observing, and learning what supports your own practice. We grounded with 7.83 Hertz. We found clarity with 10 Hertz. We explored inspired action with 14.1 Hertz. And today with 7 Hertz, we practice returning to the direction we choose. Next week, we will move to 6.3 Hertz, where we will explore reflection, learning, affirmation work, and adjustment. If you try today's 7 Hertz practice, let me know what you noticed. Did it feel different from 7.83? Did the meditation help you identify one useful next step? Remember to observe without judging yourself and to keep practical action beside your manifestation work. Thank you for joining me for Frequency Friday. I'll see you in the next video.